Alright, see how quickly I can do this little deal on my issue with my really small video camera and the need for a Steadicam. So I got one of the little Vados, which is kind of like a smaller version of the Flip. It's a HD camera, 720p, all that kind of good stuff. Really small, smaller than my BlackBerry, but it's got some drawbacks. Being so small and inexpensive, about $100. It's not going to have image stabilization or anything like that. So I'll do give you a quick visual if you guys hadn't seen this camera. But that's the camera itself. So it's really thin, really small. But being handheld like this, it's hard for it to not look super jerky when you're walking around with it. It does okay if I put it, if I use a rest or really think about it. But walking around, it's really jerky. So I'll give a quick demo of that. This is just me kind of walking around. I'm not being super careful about how I'm holding it, but trying to be steady. I find it's kind of difficult to hold it real steady when you're trying to look at something, especially something relatively close up. Just kind of walking around back here, looking at a few different things around the yard. It's probably too dark back there to be worth going. Then of course, I guess this is the standard vlogger view that you see from all the daily vlogger guys walking around like this. But so it's kind of jerky. So I made a Steadicam, a real simple one. It's not a gimbal design. It's basically just a counterweighted stick. It's got some lead on both sides. It's PVC. It's 3 pieces. There's lead in this portion. This is empty. This is lead. And then it breaks down. Each one of these unscrews so I can put it in my camera bag if I need to. It only cost me a couple bucks, so I'm going to paint it and make it a little more pretty. And this is an early design. And again, it's not a gimbal design. It's not as good as a gimbal design. I'll see if I can put some links to those guys in there. But I'll show you what it looks like with using the Steadicam. So there it is on the stick, holding it just a little bit above the balance point there. You can use a second hand if you want to. I actually can kind of use my pinky there to kind of push and pull if I need to change the pitch. And it's not going to be 100% fluid like a gimbal, but I'm hoping this will demonstrate that it is a little less jerky, less bouncy, and more fluid, if nothing else, than it is just walking around handheld. So let's see how much I can recreate there. So there are the elephant ears. Nice close up. This is actually really easy for me to hold. When you're holding at the balance point, it just kind of wants to stay fluid. It wants to be smooth. Alright, let's go for your vlogger view. See if I can do this without biting my ass and falling or something, but again, hopefully this is at least a little bit more smooth and more fluid. Just cost a couple bucks and I can put it in my camera bag real easily. So that's it. That's a Steadicam with just basically a weighted stick holding at the balance point. The counterweight on bottom, a little lead up top, because this camera is so small, it doesn't have any weight really, so I had to put some lead in that top portion so that I could put some weight down at the bottom to counterbalance it and not have the center of gravity way towards the bottom, which won't be steady.